Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like and share. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Let's start by talking about a short statement released by the Korean Football Association on Tottenham Hotspur star Heung-min Son. It states, "We will decide whether he can participate in the World Cup or not after the outcome of his surgery. We keep cooperating with the Tottenham Hotspur medical team on his injury." A report has just come out from the Evening Standard, and it states that Kulusevski has been training outside and he is hoping for a return for Spurs before the World Cup. The Evening Standard have also stated that Richarlison is very near to a return to outdoor training. The City of London announced earlier, as excitement builds for the World Cup starting on November the 20th, we're pleased to announce that we will award England skipper Harry Kane Freedom of the City of London at a special ceremony in January. Tottenham Hotspur star and England captain Harry Kane said, "Very humbling to receive this award and get the recognition in the city I grew up in. It is a real honour." The Daily Mail have just stated that Spurs are expected to reject a request from the Argentinian Football Association to release Christian Romero early for the World Cup. And Spurs tweeted earlier, "Today would have been Hugo Egiog's 50th birthday, always in our thoughts." A little bit more on Heung-min Son's injury, because the Sun newspaper have given him a little bit of hope and said that Kevin De Bruyne fractured his eye socket at last year's Champions League final and was playing for Belgium in the Euros just 3 weeks later, so it can be done. South Korea are also in the last group at the World Cup, meaning their opener is not until November the 24th, so Son has more time to recover. A report has just been published by the Daily Express and now stating loaned out Tottenham Hotspur star Tanguy Ndombele could be on the verge of a major milestone in his career comeback amid rumours that he may step up to replace Paul Pogba in France's World Cup squad. Tanguy Ndombele's Spurs career hit a dead end under Antonio Conte, but he has found some good form during a loan spell at Napoli. The Tottenham Hotspur under-18s will be in action on Saturday in the Under-18 Premier League Cup away at Charlton. The game will be played at Charlton's training ground, 11 a.m. kickoff. And the Champions League draw will take place on Monday, 11 a.m. UK time. Spurs will face one of the following clubs: Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, AC Milan, RB Leipzig, Club Brugge or PSG. My thoughts on these stories in this episode. Let's start by talking about Hugo Egiog. It would have been his 50th birthday today. Spurs said always in our thoughts. Absolutely. I was very lucky to meet Hugo Egiog a couple of times. Always gave fans the time of day and was a great role model for the youngsters. I remember a number of the younger players in the development squad at the time of Hugo Egiog's passing. Everyone was absolutely distraught, absolutely gutted. He helped so many of these young players and he's really, really missed. And of course, I remember him playing back in the day for Aston Villa and Middlesbrough and of course for England as well. A real true professional. And of course, the City of London have just stated that Harry Kane will be awarded the Freedom of the City of London at a special ceremony in January. And Harry Kane said it's a real honour, very humbling to receive this. Now, I went down to the Harry Kane exhibition, which I think is on until the World Cup starts. If you haven't been there, please do check it out. It's got a great story of Harry Kane starting, being told that he wasn't going to make it, and then he just worked extremely hard to make it. And of course, play for Tottenham. He will soon become our record goal scorer, I've no doubt. He will soon become the record goal scorer of our country, England. I just want to see him lift trophies at Tottenham Hotspur. But it doesn't surprise me whatsoever, the amount of awards, the amount of accolades that Harry Kane has picked up during his career and will continue to do so. He is a real role model on the pitch and off it. An incredible person as well, a very, very nice person. I've met him a number of times and always got time for people. And as I say, I just want to see him lift trophies at Tottenham, and I would love to see him lift trophies with England as well. Now, there's been many reports stating that Christian Romero doesn't want to play for Spurs until the World Cup because he doesn't want to ruin his chances. How true that is, I don't know. But the Daily Mail have just stated that Spurs are expected to reject a request from the Argentinian FA to release Romero early for the World Cup. Why would he need to go there early if Spurs have still got games to play? So if he can play, then he should be playing for Tottenham Hotspur. I get it's huge for some of these players, but at the end of the day, they're contracted and paid by their club to play club football. So if Christian Romero is fit and he can play, he should be playing for Spurs first, before even thinking about the World Cup. Now, great news about Kulusevski. He's been training outside and is hoping for a return in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt before the World Cup. It would be great to see him back. Richarlison is near to a return to outdoor training. It may be too soon for Richarlison to come back before the World Cup, but fingers crossed, you never know. Now, my thoughts on Heung-min Son. I'm absolutely gutted for him, if I'm completely honest, and wishing him a very speedy recovery and hoping he can make the World Cup. Of course, in the Sun report, it said that their first game of their group stage is the 24th of November. So he does have at least 3 weeks. But to take Heung-min Son out of the South Korean World Cup squad would be a big, big loss to South Korea. And Heung-min Son, Sonny would be absolutely devastated, as any player would be, not going to the World Cup, particularly being the star player of the side. But I knew it was a bad injury. When Sonny went down, I was in the Velodrome the other night against Marseille, and when he went down, after a couple of seconds, he kicked his feet and his legs to the floor. And normally when players do that, you normally know that it is a bad injury and they are suffering. And then, of course, when he come off in tears, looked very, very dizzy. Let's hope that the surgery goes extremely well and he will be back very, very soon. Now, what an interesting one and what a pleasing story about Tanguy Ndombele. It states in the Express, he's on the verge of a major milestone in his career comeback amid rumours that he may step up to replace Paul Pogba in France's World Cup squad. Well, of course, he is still a Tottenham Hotspur player and he needs to be put in the shop window. So if he is in the World Cup, that is the biggest shop window you could probably be in. So if he got any type of game time, any minutes for France in the World Cup, and he was in that French World Cup squad, what fantastic news. I'm pleased for him that he's had some good performances with Napoli so far this season, but we still do need to offload him. So if it can happen in the January window or the summer window, then of course we will all welcome it, get the money in, and then reinvest into players that Antonio Conte and Fabio Paratici want at Spurs. So the Champions League draw for the last 16 will be made on Monday, 11 a.m. UK time. It will be made in Switzerland, of course, 12 noon their time. We could face one of the following 6 clubs: Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, AC Milan, RB Leipzig, Club Brugge or PSG. Now, my thoughts on this, we've faced Inter Milan in the Champions League before, and AC Milan, and RB Leipzig, and Borussia Dortmund. We've never ever faced Club Brugge or PSG in the Champions League. I know a lot of Spurs fans are saying, oh my God, PSG, we don't want them. I think you have to play the best teams when you play in the Champions League. And wouldn't it be lovely at some stage, even if it is not in the last 16, perhaps it is in the quarterfinals if Spurs get through and PSG get through. But I would love to see Spurs play PSG at some point, whether it's the last 16 or further down in the competition. I want to see Spurs play PSG because they have some incredible players. Wouldn't it be nice to see Mbappe at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Messi at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Neymar at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? This is what European nights are all about. The top players come into your club, and of course the away day will be fantastic as well. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like and share. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.